LaTroya Blue.
Eddie Brown.
Church. I met him at church, but when I met him, so I met him in 2007. When I met him, it wasn't like that. I just met him at church. I always figured he was younger than me because he was in high school. I was already out of high school. So I never like looked at him like that. He just always seemed like, you know, a kid.
So always seemed like a kid.
Not always, but at that moment.
Fun fact. I was a kid.
And this is question
Never
one.
Never knew I would be with a kid.
As a Christian, so I was one day, this was sound crazy. No, listen. So one day I was reading the book of Matthew. I remember it so clearly, and I was laying in my son's bed, and I was just praying. Then, like, God was like, Eddie's your husband. And I'm like, mind you, we weren't talking at this time. I'd never had eyes for him. Like, you know, it sounds bad the way I'm saying it, but I never was looking at him in that way. So when I was like, oh, Eddie's your husband, I'm like, Eddie who? Like, what? And then, so then I took the initiative and I started texting him like randomly, like, oh, good morning. And then more throughout the day, like, oh, how's your day going? He talked about his text messages. That was me.
I saw that and I didn't take it to, but then when it started being a little bit more consistent, I was like, okay, where's this going? This is interesting. Because when I first got it, it was maybe that's just one time, you know, all a sister in Christ just texting somebody, you know, a nice, you know, encouraging message or whatever it is.
So that's how that started. Even like when we did started dating and stuff, and I was like, you know, God told me that you're gonna be my husband. He was like, well, God ain't told me that. So otherwise, I don't think we would have been together.
Yeah, right. It was really that divine connection. She was hearing it a lot faster, maybe because she was more spiritually connected than I was, because I was probably still, you know, in my, you know, chill days, wild and single, and whatever I wanted to do type of phase.
That's a hard question. Our first getaway was Rhode Island. That was weird. But I always think about our first date when we went to Cheesecake Factory. Like, I don't know why. That was like our first date. And I was so nervous. But it plays a big role in our relationship. Like, I still remember, like,
we still talk about that.
I still remember it was Wednesday, August 28th, 2013. I remember it like yesterday, but I was like so nervous. Like, I didn't even want to talk.
She chugged the wine.
I like downed it.
I thought it was water. I was like, whoa, okay. So yeah.
But that's like probably one of my favorite places you've taken me.
31st birthday getaway trip. We went to a Taylor cabin. It's an insider. Trailer cabin out in New Hampshire. So it was dope. It was something where I was just like, where are we going? Yeah. But then, you know, getting there, getting the experience, it was actually pretty dope to unplug and like get away. Telling my secrets. No,
I don't know. I don't know if people see that. Like, he's very silly, but I don't know if people see that and study. Cause you're always so serious. You always have a serious face, but he's really, really silly. Like, he be like making like silly voices, act like baby, not like in that sense, but like he's like very silly and have like a very good character.
Because I used to do it too, but you know, a lot of people don't know that she still, you know, sucks her thumb.
That's me.
No. I mean, I did too, but it's not after 25, 30.
I'm gonna be 34 and I'm not gonna stop.
Yes, but other than that, a lot of people don't know that she's very independent. She's very like, I mean, unless you know her, like, you would think, oh, you know, somebody need to take care of. No, she doesn't. Like, she takes care of her own. Like, she holds her own. She's very like, if she wants to get something done, like, she gonna get it done, and nobody's gonna stop her. Like, this is what I want to do. I told you I wanted it. I was like, I told you I wanted it. I was gonna go get it. I was gonna do this X, Y, and Z. Like, very, very goal driven and goal oriented. So that's one of the things I love about her.
Well, the dating would be the best way to think of the reaction, because the engagement, everyone kind of like accepted it. it was the dating phase that people were like.
Even your side?
My side, no, my people loved him. Like, because I had such a rough past, especially with men, even my kid's father. Had some really hard relationships, and they loved him. They loved the way he treated me. They loved the way he treated my kids. Like, they loved him from jump.
A lovable guy.
From jump. They loved you. So when they found out we were getting married, it was, they were happy.
Mine was like, it was weird. It was just like judgmental. It was kind of like, yo, I'm gonna do what I want regardless. So like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. If they accepted it or not, I was still gonna do what, you know, my heart was there for and what, you know, God told me to do. So it may have been certain places where we patched it a little bit too fast, where we needed to kind of slow down, but we reevaluated that, and it is what it is now. And you know, I received apologies. I received a lot of, you know, eye openers. Just it's more of just like actions speak louder than words, and that's what we did in this relationship. We just, you know, it wasn't about proving anybody wrong, but it was more about actions.
When we started actually dating, Tay was 5, Don was 2, and DJ was probably like 7. They loved him. They still love him. So my oldest son, from the first time he met him when he was 1. When I started going to church, he was 8 months old, I think, 8 or 9 months. He loved him from jump, and we weren't even dating. He just always was attracted to him. But they already knew him, so it wasn't like this strange man coming in their house. It was like, oh, we know him from church. So it was like, and then when we started dating, then they started seeing more of him, then he started coming and stuff. That's what they expect. They don't expect anything other than us being together.
It was like established before, like, you know what I'm saying? Even if we weren't together today, if it never was the divine connection to God to have us together, it would probably still be that, you know, older role model figure relationship. I'll tell you this, I don't know if it's gonna be in the video, but before it was like getting to where it was getting to, like my initial way of taking her out, first date we called it, was asking her, you know, officially asking her, like, can I have your son under my wing as, you know, like a mentee? And of course I knew she was gonna say yeah, and I just, you know, sort of swiveled my way up in there, you know? Yeah.
You use my kid to get to me.
No, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. And just making sure that we're, you know, individually that we're whole, spiritually and, you know, ready. And again, like I said, preparing myself and, you know, getting myself together. I'm cutting out the games, you know, stepping up as a man and doing what I have to do to take care of business. And I'll be there for her, you know, and the kids and things like that. And then after, like I said, without having people rush you into it, it was, you know, like hearing that, oh, when y'all getting married, you know,
yeah.
You know, that is, you know, it's more of their excitement there, but it's on God's timing and my timing, of course, and it's just more of when the time was right. So again, more so preparing myself for marriage versus allowing people to rush me into it. Preparing is important because it was more so I prepared myself versus rushing myself into it. So preparing myself was really, you know, drawing closer to God and making sure our divine connection, and he was in the middle. He's actually still here. He's in the middle right now. Y'all can't really see him on camera, but he's always going to be in the middle, and we're going to do our best we can to just keep him in the middle, and just making sure that we're, you know, individually that we're whole, spiritually and, you know, ready. And again, like I said, preparing myself and, you know, getting myself together. I'm cutting out the games, you know, stepping up as a man and doing what I have to do to take care of business. And I'll be there for her, you know, and the kids and things like that. Shout out to Tay, shout out to Britt. Because, you know, I got it in Britt's ear and she was just like, boom, I'll take care of this side. But then Tay was more of just like confirming the size and confirming the, you know, how it looked and everything like that.
On its
so yeah, it was like a way to get in versus, and then, you know, just planning it. And, yo, trying to plan it was like, you know, because her new work schedule was crazy. And I was just like, all right, we're going to do it on my B-Day? No, we're going to do it on her B-Day. 2020 was just crazy. So that kind of was confirmation for me to kind of still slow down and continue to get everything set. Everything happens for a reason. And, you know, February 12th, 2021 made it happen.
Yeah.
And everything went smooth. Had no clue. Because she's always the type to kind of have like little ideas. I mean, and even going back to preparing, like even for her, I know it was kind of like, you know, she got impatient a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? It's me and you, God, when the time is right. And everything worked out perfectly. God is great.
Can I just say though, like, I'm happy he wasn't rushed into it and he did it on his own time, because I can see like the joy in like the whole wedding planning. Like, he's so involved, and I think if he was rushed into it, he wouldn't have that joy and excitement that he does now, because he did it on his own kind of thing. So I'm glad you
And that's advice for anybody out there, man.
did your own thing.
Don't let nobody rush you into it. You know, trust God and, you know, do it at your time.
I'm just excited. The whole wedding planning, everyone's talking about, you know, the wedding planning is so crazy. It's been so smooth for us. Like, everything has literally been falling into place. Like, we're not stressed out. Like, everything is just happening. It's happening fast. Like, time, like, man, it's New Year almost here. It's happening so fast, but it's happening, like, so well. Like, everything is happening. And for me, it's just excitement. Like, every new thing, like when I got my dress, I was excited. When we sent out our save the dates, we were excited. Now we're doing that. Like, everything to me is just excitement, built on excitement. And I think once we get to the day, I'm gonna be nervous because I don't like attention on me. But I feel like I'm just gonna be really excited. Like, you know, just like, I've only been to like 4 weddings in my whole life. So for me is because it's gonna be on the beach. Like, that right there is just amazing to me. And then we have like an indoor-outdoor theme wedding. So it's like, yeah, you can be indoor under, you know, the lights and chairs, but then we also have an outdoor portion.
My birthday, my 30th birthday, she got me the picture of my picture of me and my grandfather. So it was meaningful too. It wasn't just any pictures, because I say that because my grandfather lost one of his eyes years ago when he was doing construction. It came out, so like it showed his face. It didn't have his shades on. The picture of me was me receiving the 100 Men of Color Award 2019. I had that suit on and I had my 100 Men of Color pen. That's a nice canvas that I have of me and him, and that's the best. Yeah, that's the best gift she's ever. So far. We got a long ride together, but so far, yeah, that top.